Welcome back, everyone. Today we're diving into one of the greatest epics ever written, the Odyssey by Homer. This ancient Greek poem is over 2,700 years old, but its themes, heroism, loyalty, temptation, and identity still resonate today. Whether you've read it or not, this review will walk you through the plot, explore the deeper meanings, and highlight key passages. Spoilers ahead. The Odyssey is the sequel to the Iliad, picking up after the Trojan War. It tells the story of Odysseus, king of Ithaca, who spends 10 years trying to return home. But this isn't just an adventure tale, it's a psychological journey. The structure is non-linear. Homer begins in medias res, in the middle of things. Odysseus is stranded on Calypso's island, and through flashbacks we learn how he got there. This framing device adds suspense and depth, giving us layers of Odysseus' psyche. The poem is divided into three main parts. Telemachy, books 1-4. Telemachus, Odysseus' son, searches for news of his father. Wanderings, books 5-12. Odysseus recounts his adventures. Return and Revenge, books 13-24. He returns to Ithaca and defeats the suitors. This setup creates two parallel stories, one of a father trying to return, and the other of a son coming of age. It's not just about reclaiming a throne, it's about reclaiming identity and restoring order to a fractured world. Odysseus leaves Troy, but divine wrath and human flaws delay him. He battles monsters, navigates magical islands, and resists seduction. These are more than physical obstacles, they're moral and spiritual tests. The Seacones and the Lotus Eaters, his men get distracted. The lotus symbolizes forgetting your purpose and drifting from responsibility. The Cyclops Polyphemus, a brutal yet iconic episode. Odysseus blinds the Cyclops and says, "Tell him Odysseus, raider of cities, took your eye." That boast costs him dearly. Poseidon, Polyphemus' father, curses his journey home. A goddess who turns men to swine. She represents both danger and transformation. With her help, Odysseus learns he must visit the underworld. The Land of the Dead, Book 11, a somber interlude. He meets his mother's ghost and Achilles, who declares, "I'd rather be a slave on earth than king of the dead." A profound commentary on the cost of glory. Sirens, Scylla and Charybdis. He ties himself to the mast to hear the sirens' song. He loses men to Scylla, a reminder that sometimes leaders must choose between two evils. Calypso, a nymph who offers him immortality if he stays. He refuses, choosing mortality and home over divine pleasure, a turning point in his growth. Each stop is a test of identity. Odysseus is being refined, burned and battered into someone worthy of return. Back in Ithaca, his wife Penelope is under siege by over 100 suitors. She's been fending them off for years by weaving a shroud by day and unraveling it at night. Odysseus returns in disguise, first as a beggar, to gauge the loyalty of his household. He finds that some servants have stayed true, like Eumaeus the swineherd, while others have betrayed him. When the moment is right, he strings his old bow, something no other man can do, and unleashes vengeance. Alongside Telemachus, he slaughters the suitors in a brutal scene of retribution. It's not just justice, it's cosmic restoration. But the emotional climax comes later. Penelope, cautious and wise, still isn't sure this man is her husband. She tests him. She tells a servant to move their marriage bed. Odysseus erupts, saying it's impossible. It was built around a living olive tree. That detail, known only to them, confirms his identity. She weeps. They are reunited. This reunion is symbolic. The olive tree is a symbol of peace and rootedness. The marriage bed is literally built into the foundation of the home, showing that love, like Ithaca, endures through time and suffering. The Odyssey isn't just about monsters. It's about memory, loss, and restoration. Let's dive into the major themes. Identity and naming. Early in the poem, Odysseus tells Polyphemus, "My name is nobody." It's clever but symbolic. Odysseus has lost himself. Only by the end, when he reclaims his name and home, does he become truly whole. Every encounter is a test of hospitality. Good hosts, like the Phaeacians, aid Odysseus. Bad ones, like the Cyclops and the suitors, are punished. Homer is teaching a cultural value that was sacred in ancient Greece. Temptation and discipline. From Circe to the sirens to Calypso, Odysseus resists the temptation to forget, to settle, or to escape responsibility. This resistance shows his growth from a cunning soldier to a mature leader. Penelope as counterpart. She mirrors Odysseus' endurance. Her trials are internal, managing grief, isolation, and deception. Her cleverness rivals his. Their reunion is not just romantic, it's the meeting of equals. Leadership and wisdom. Odysseus begins as brash and overconfident, but by the end, he uses patience, cunning, and emotional control. His transformation is less about conquering others and more about mastering himself. Homer's language, especially in poetic translations, is dense with recurring phrases: rosy-fingered dawn, wine-dark sea, clever Odysseus. These epithets serve both as memory aids for oral tradition and as rhythmic anchors for the audience. The Odyssey is a foundational text for Western literature. You can feel its fingerprints on everything from Virgil's Aeneid to Tolkien's Lord of the Rings. Even modern films like O Brother, Where Art Thou? Are direct adaptations. One powerful quote that captures the soul of the poem comes from Odysseus himself. I pine all my days to travel home and see the dawn of my return. It's that ache for home, for restoration, that makes the Odyssey timeless. It reminds us that the journey home is often the hardest, that we must endure storms, monsters, and even ourselves to arrive at something that matters. In the end, the Odyssey is about the human condition, to struggle, to strive, and to return. It's a poem not about conquest, but about reconciliation. Thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts and favorite parts of the saga in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more book breakdowns.